What is going on with Xbox Game Pass? Because it seems like over the course of the last couple weeks, I've seen tons and tons of major influencers talking about canceling their Game Pass service, basically unsubscribing. And I want to talk about this because it seems like something has changed. Just in January, there was so much talk about how Game Pass had 25 million players. It was the best deal in gaming. And yet, so much of that positivity has suddenly evaporated. I want to talk about this because the entire situation is fascinating, and I do think a lot of these people will possibly be coming back eventually. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Please like this video, leave me a nice comment, I promise I'll read it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, for those who don't know, I am DreamcastGuy. I play games on everything. I play retro stuff like my Game Boy every freaking day. I love my Xbox. I have a Series X. I play on PlayStation. I play on Nintendo Switch, but I am somebody that really just enjoys the latest and greatest experiences. I'm always just trying to search for that next cutting edge game, something that's going to put in new mechanics, new ideas, bigger stories, more dramatic twists and turns. I love stuff that is new. That is why I originally subscribed to Xbox Game Pass, was just because I liked the idea of the potential of it. New games day and date. Anything that Microsoft puts out, it's just going to automatically appear. I loved that, but it's unable, you can't deny it. Xbox games have certainly been drying up in 2022. Now let's take a look at a lot of these major influencers and sort of see why there is this big kind of toxic back and forth. Now, we got to begin with Gene Park. This is the games reporter for the Washington Post. This man is giant on Twitter. His articles are very in-depth. If you've never read his work, they're shockingly good. But he says this: yes, I am unsubscribing from Xbox Game Pass for the first time ever. Got to admit to myself that I barely use it and I barely have time. I barely have use for it now. I'll be back, but for now, there's just no point. You know, in the Xbox showcase, when it comes in June, perhaps it'll change my mind. I was promised new exclusives every 3 months, and we just don't have it. I played Trek to Yomi Yay. Now, what's funny is that after he said this late last night, he has been getting flooded with hate. So many weirdo people that call themselves Xbots have been very viciously attacking poor Gene, dragging him, saying all sorts of mean stuff, and he replied this morning saying, LOL at people freaking out that I am briefly, keyword here, briefly, unsubscribing from a video game service. Where was this energy when I unsubbed from Netflix or Spotify? Imagine getting mad at someone else from unsubscribing from Netflix or Game Pass. Now, what's funny is that a lot of people have been chiming in underneath his tweets here, actually talking like MVG, good buddy of mine, who makes a bunch of Xbox games and Switch games and PlayStation games. MVG right here saying, yep, I dipped a few months ago. There's nothing compelling for me there, which means these are people that have sometimes hundreds of thousands of followers. Freaking MVG has 700,000 subscribers on freaking YouTube and stuff. This guy is not only somebody that works in the industry, he's a big person in the industry, and he is just straight up saying, right now, Game Pass is just not the way to go. Paris, who's done work for Xbox, he's actually been on Xbox showcases and stuff, is saying, I totally understand it because now that Redfall and Starfield have been delayed, everything is slowing down with Xbox Game Pass growth. June 12th is going to be huge in that aspect. Now, I keep seeing this up again and again and again, and honestly, I think it's the most interesting, real crux of this entire situation. Right now, Xbox is about the promise. It's this big blank check. Part of the fun of Xbox Game Pass, to me anyways, is that you don't know what's coming next. You have no idea what big game, an indie game, some third-party project, random stuff just gets thrown onto Xbox Game Pass all the freaking time. That's what's fun about it. But a lot of it is just kind of hoping that something good comes. You can't vote on it. You can't decide it. It's just whatever Microsoft executives or people like Phil Spencer randomly deem worthy of the service. And now everyone's kind of just hyping up this blank check of an experience that's about to happen with the Xbox Bethesda showcase happening on June 12th. Now, personally, I am very, very excited about it. I am going to be watching it and making videos talking about it and stuff like that. But right now, it does feel like there is a tremendous amount of pressure placed onto this specific showcase, because not only does it have to be good, it has to tell people why they should come back. A lot of people that are currently leaving Xbox, it's not out of anger, it's not out of disappointment, it's not out of betrayal, it's out of boredom. People want to play stuff. People want to be playing Xbox. They want to be playing stuff more than just Halo, Gears, and Forza. They want to see something that is very, very cool and honestly best on Xbox. But I've even been seeing stuff like this. Now, Tommy Polakov, oh God, I never know how to pronounce this guy's name, but he has been a big spokesperson for Xbox Game Pass. He's one of the first people I actually saw use the term best deal in gaming frequently. Well, he is now saying he has unsubscribed from Xbox Game Pass. The service is great, but there just aren't any AAA exclusives to compel me to stay. I'll be back when the titles start dropping. Like, look at this. Even Jez Corden, one of the biggest gaming journalists in the world when it comes to Xbox, has said, I only keep it right now for freaking having cloud gaming in bed. This is bonkers. Like, I find this interesting. Here's a huge dude, one of my favorite Xbox YouTubers, Colt Eastwood, saying these unsubs will be coming back. Xbox is saving Game Pass announcements for June 12th. Again, that date, June 12th. Now, this is a random just reply tweet, but it's something that did strike my attention because it goes back to that blank check promise. All this stuff here is projects that are currently announced or currently teased by Xbox. It's everything. So right now, Indiana Jones is just a logo. Everwild, I think, is not even technically in development. It's still just basically a logo. Elder Scrolls 6 is just a logo. Deathloop is fantastic. Ghostwire is fantastic. I don't know what Project Martha even is. Avowed, basically a logo. Perfect Dark, basically a logo. Minecraft, okay, Minecraft's awesome. Well, Outer Worlds 2 is just a logo as well. The first Outer Worlds is so fantastic. I think that's great. I think the whole thing, though, is that right now it is still just about that promise. Hellblade, Senua's Saga, that is going to be freaking fantastic. Psychonauts 2 was freaking fantastic. I still have a soft spot for Halo Infinite. Redfall, Fable is just a logo. Right now, it still seems like we're in this weird spot where, like, owning an Xbox is about this idea of the future of Xbox. I mean, it sort of still feels like the way that recently I unsubscribed from Netflix. I unsubscribed from all my streaming services except for Paramount Plus, because while I don't talk about it, I am utterly obsessed with Star Trek, so I watch a lot of my Star Trek stuff over on Paramount Plus. But it's gotten to a point where I unsubscribed from a lot of my services that had anime on it and stuff because the new shows just kind of suck. I think that 95% of Netflix completely blows. I think almost all their documentaries completely blow. Everything Netflix does, their original content, completely blows. But that's kind of the thing, is that Netflix, because it is a month-to-month subscription service, you just buy it when you want to watch some shows, you unsubscribe when you don't. It feels like Xbox and now Sony with their upgraded PlayStation Plus service, it feels like it's two things at once. They're trying to bank on the idea of you wanting to play their current stuff and also the FOMO aspect. Fear of missing out. Now, FOMO exists in all sorts of different entertainment mediums. That's why Disney movies, like whenever the latest Marvel thing comes out, they're like, oh, don't talk about spoilers for the first week. You gotta rush out and see it right away. It's that FOMO marketing hype. I feel like more than anything, video games are based on that as well. Oh, you want to be part of the Elden Ring conversation? Well, you got to buy it day one. Oh, you want to see the latest cool remake? Well, you got to buy the latest cool remake so you can join in on the conversation about what's new and changed and upgraded. So much of video games based on this whole FOMO aspect of be there, be part of the conversation, participate while it's hot. And then as soon as it cools off, the amount of hype so instantly just disintegrates. And it feels like Nintendo's trying to bank on this as well a little bit with their online subscription service, having retro games that they trickle out bit by bit. PlayStation is trying to jump into this market as well with their new stuff with PlayStation Plus Premium, where they're going to be trickling out their own retro games with trophy support and stuff. And now Xbox with Game Pass, it feels like it is about participation. It's about being there on the hype train at the very front, ready to see what happens next. And I feel like now, after so many months of nothing happening, a lot of people are starting to get off. Now, I still have my Xbox subscription, I think. I'll be honest, I haven't even logged into my Xbox in a couple days, weeks. Oh God, it's all blurring together. Whenever Halo Infinite came out. So May 3rd, yeah, I have not played my Xbox in 19 days. Holy heck. Maybe it's time for me to unsubscribe from Xbox Game Pass. But please tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you still a big proponent for Xbox Game Pass? Are you still excited about Xbox Game Pass? And are you sticking with Team Xbox? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And please, if you enjoy this video, give it a big thumbs up. Let's see if this video can get, 2,000 likes, 3,000 likes, and I promise I'll buy a year of Xbox Game Pass. You guys rock. Please subscribe. Have a great weekend and keep dreaming. Now, I've been saving this Red Bull till after I film this video. Oh, yeah. You guys rock. I love you. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.